Greetings and welcome to great race between my screen's in the way. Bonta and Xyrak, and with me commentating is Dark Shadows, and on tracker is Wolflink. Dark Shadows, how you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing all right. Looks like we got all dungeon standard swordless tonight.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So far, not much in that Link's house, just a big 20 rupees.
At least with, we may not be getting a sword, but at least with standard, they will have a weapon right off the start.
Yeah, that's gonna help them out. Oh, we got a fire rod to start. That's a good item to start off with.
A good item, but they will have to manage their ammo. They do only have 8 shots, depending on how much magic they find.
And it looks like Xyrak is usually that. I don't know the exact name. I know he's the guard with the spinning ball. And we got a Moogle for Bonta.
I think they're just called ball and chain guards.
That would make sense because that's what they very much are.
Now, both of them had nice little heads-up play in the uncle section there. Those 2 pots have enough magic for another fire rod shot, so they killed one of the guards, and luckily, it had a bomb, so they do not have to worry about bombs for the back of escape.
Yeah, that helps them out, and they can easily buy a bomb. Oh, we got the lamp already, so that helps out real good. Makes it easy for those dark rooms. But yeah, that bomb, we can buy bombs later on in Kakariko, so there's no need to farm bombs down.
Yeah, but they won't have to go back into escape now.
And it's always good not having to go back to escape because you kind of put that off till later sometimes, and if there's a progression item down there, you're kind of missing out.
Now, because it's standard, the sewers would be lit up without the lamp, but we found an early lamp, so that doesn't even matter.
Yeah, we got a little bitty shield. That's going to help out with not too much. I mean, bounce some arrows back off, but really it's not too much help.
Yeah, only really starts to become helpful when you get the fire shield, and that's only if you get it before the blind fight.
Man, Xyrak just had to take down his twin. That's just wrong. And Zelda was just holding on to 10 arrows. It's always interesting with this swordless, see how they do their routing, how they do their fights.
Yeah, it does cause a few nuances, although normally normally out of the 10 dungeons, only 3 of them cannot be beaten without a sword. Skull Woods because you have to cut a curtain, and Mire and Turtle Rock because you have to use a medallion to get in, which those have been dealt with for swordless. So it's possible they could have had practice on all these bosses, even just not using a sword.
Yeah, and now they have to make sure they get the hammer and be able to use any of the medallions.
I've actually had to find this out, but you do not actually need the hammer to use the medallions, but you can only use the medallions where their marker is.
That I did not know. It's good information to know.
Yeah, I've been witness to hammers in Mire. So far, this escape sequence, both of our runners have been in sync for most of it. Bonta taking a moment there to kill a bunch of those snakes and getting some rupees.
And this looks like it's match 2 for these 2 runners. Bonta won the last. Excuse me. Bonta won the last match, and Xyrak lost it. And This one is Xyrak's choice, I believe. Of course, only if I'm reading this right.
Xyrak got that key round in the first shot. Bonta missing with the first shot, luckily getting him with his second and only remaining shot.
And if this is an Aga seed, if Aga is required, but Aga 2, of course, is required. By then, we should have the hammer. But if Aga 1 is required, you gotta have to find at least the hammer or the net before you guys can take on Aga.
Well, in the case of the net, they would also need a cape to get through the barrier. Since this is all dungeons, they will eventually have to do it. It's just a question of how soon do they have to do it.
Oh, that's right. It is all dungeons. So, yeah, they will have to do Aga. Aga 1 is required no matter what. An early boost. This fast seed already.
Gotta go fast.
Nice to get them boots right off the bat, too, because you can go straight over here to bonk rocks and knock that out. Which looks like Xyrak is doing just that. And I believe Bonta will be following right behind them.
And Bonta did a quick map check, and Eastern and Tower of Hera are crystals, Desert is a pendant, and that's half magic.
That definitely helps out with that fire rod. Fills your magic right back up and lets you get a lot more shots off.
Yeah, that is now a 16-shot magic bar.
That will help out tremendously, seeing how that's their only weapon so far.
And it looks like our tier 2 tree pull is a bunch of small magic drops, so we'll see if that comes into play.
And just a heart piece on the lumberjack ledge, but those tree pulls would definitely help out. You do not have to worry about losing too much magic using that fire rod. You can use it as much as you want. And today in our mushroom spot, we have a blue goo bottle. That's nice to have early too.
It's more magic.
Well, you know, they can use that fire rod like it's going out of style now. You can just destroy enemies just because you can. 100 rupees. That's going to help us out in Kakariko.
100? Try 300.
Oh, it is 300. For some reason, it looked like 100 on Xyrak's screen when I looked at it, but 300 is still definitely great.
And we got our tier 1 tree pull from Bonta, and it's a bunch of hearts.
Oh, definitely enough health and magic refill here. Time to go get some bombs.
Yeah, they only got one bomb throughout the entirety of Escape, which not too surprised considering their limited ability to be able to kill anything in the sewers. Fire Rod does have that limited amount of shots.
Well, there's our bombs. Don't need to bomb now. It's a kid was planning to bomb school when he got better, I guess, but he just gave his bombs away.
Xyrak is deciding 3 bombs isn't enough. Let's go buy some. Well, Bonta's going to use what he's got, and there's that hammer.
Oh, nice to get our hammer right away.
For swordless, hammer is your main source of damage, and there's gloves.
Wow. Oh, we need Moon Pearl to get our Dark World access.
You know, if the Moon Pearl is over here in the well, okay, it's not in the well. I'm safe. So Bonta hasn't bought bombs yet. He's trying to see if he can get some more bombs out of here. Since in V30 there are no capacity upgrades, they've all been moved to the waterfall, and all the capacity upgrades we had seen in earlier versions have been converted into your bomb and arrow drops that you're seeing a lot more of.
Speaking of it, bomb and arrow drops right there, bottom blinds. Not much really going on.
So there were enough bombs to get through all your Kakariko checks, but still being only 3 bombs, I wouldn't be surprised to see a bomb purchase. And since we've already got boots, the library, we can already get the item out of the library.
It's just 20 rupees. It seems like when you get early boots, library is always worthless. Anything over here today? Nope, just it's another 300 rupees, so it gives you more for Zora. But Xyrak is going to skip out on it, and Bonta is going straight for it. Doesn't really know what it is, but he's going to take it anyway.
This might actually help Bonta, because he will have Zora money when he does the South Shore checks.
Most likely, I know these 2 runners definitely know how to do fake flipper, and there's our blue male. And damn. Now let's see what the sunken treasure is going to hold today.
And we have
a bloopy.
It matches his color.
Yeah, that it does. Pretty soon he'll be upgraded to Major Knight. Going up the ranks. Oh, and there's a nice little bonk from Bonta. Now I forget what the Moogle changes when you upgrade your male. I think it's just the wings that change. Or I may be wrong. Nothing changes on the Moogle.
That's disappointing.
Money, money, money. Ooh, Kana Samaria in Moldorm Cave. That's good find. We might see maybe Samaria's strats on blind. Say hammer gets you a little too close, so that Samaria definitely helps you keep your distance.
Yeah, you got a point there. And they might even use it for the overworld for a little bit, because that Red King used a lot less magic than that Fire Rod. And even that mini Moldorm Cave, you notice where Xyrak's magic bar is. Bonta as well.
Yeah, definitely used a bit of magic trying to get through many Moldorms. But with all of the magic refills they've got, oh, hookshot and ice ride. Okay, this is definitely being a nice seed.
This is definitely a good find. They can check the stun prizes now if they want to.
Looks like Xyrak's probably heading back to go ahead and set up for water walking, and exactly what they're doing. Well, Xyrak sadly did not grab that 300 rupees, so they did not have enough for Zora yet. Bonta picks up their hook shot, and yep, so I was about to say, setting up for a fake flipper as well, or the water walking glitch.
We see the red boomerang on the island, so we probably won't be using that today.
And all these checks right now, of course, are out of logic because we have not found the flippers yet. Death Mountain is in logic, so they can go up there. And the bum is only holding on to 10 arrows.
And Bonta is going straight to the Zora area.
Oh yeah, Bonta has the bunny. There's one of our sword upgrades.
Yeah, it always stings a little bit when you see that.
Yeah, for those that didn't know, with sword list, the sword upgrades are turned into 20 rupees. Oh, silver's over there on Zora's Ledge. Definitely going to come back for flippers. Actually, can you get there water walking?
Not with the current water walk, but he can get there with it. Instead of jumping in and water walking where he did, you would instead fake flipper at the normal point, but have the water walk stored. So that way, when you jump down off the waterfall, like you actually have to swim over there and then jump down from the waterfall.
I see what you're saying. I'm picking up what you put down. It's definitely great. But it looks like we're going to see what the old man, the ex-hero of Hyrule, it has. And it's the bug net. There's our easy ag kill.
He was trying to catch bees, and the bees led him up the mountain.
It don't look like there's too many bees up here in the mountain. He needs to find a new home. Oh, we got Bonta hovering over here.
Well, that's a thing. And we have a moon pearl that's mirror locked.
That's going to be interesting. So mirror would probably be up here on this mountain somewhere, in Tower of Hera. Because not too many other places they can really check. Or they could find the shovel, which would lead them down to the shovel spot. Or they could find, say, a bow. Take them in Eastern.
Bow would be a nice find. Now, Bonta's going to go ahead and check this hint. I think Xyrak, he fell down the center. Oh.
It looks like Grim Pendant is going to be holding the shovel today. We have a book so far in Paradox Cave.
Well, the hint just said someone friendly. We still have a few someone friendlies that aren't the green pendant.
Oh, we checked the hobo. We checked the sick kid. Aginos don't count because Agina doesn't give you anything. We got the old man, so it looks like the really only one could be Sarasla.
Oh, we got a couple fishes too.
Fishes normally they say, don't they usually just have a separate one for the fishes?
They do, but they can also be lumped in with the friendly.
Oh, okay. Well, we do know what in Zora. And can you get, I forget, but can you do catfish without the moon pearl?
No, you can't.
Oh, actually, it does limit down to Sarashila. Unless I'm forgetting somewhere. Stumpy and dwarves count, so Stumpy you can talk to without the mirror, but no, you can't get to it because you can't pick up the bushes.
But the hint was for the shovel.
Oh, there's our Titan's mitts. Yeah, it's just for shovel. So I mean, we might not need a shovel to get, say, the mirror.
And hover swag.
It looks like we might be seeing quite a bit of that in this batch. We got our first dib into Hera.
Thanks, game. So for those of you that don't know, Ganon's tower gets pre-filled with a lot of junk. And I'm pretty sure these runs would classify that piece of heart as junk.
And there's our first troll hint for the run.
So either Moldorm has our last item, or he has the small key.
And of course, we're definitely hoping for the item because we do not want to have to make another trip into here and go to the tower room. Three hits with the hammer will knock out Moldorm. Oh, it fell down the center hole, going down 2 floors. Oh, now Bonta and Xyrak are side by side.
Yeah, it may take 3 hits with the hammer to kill Moldorm, but it only takes 1 good bonk to set you back a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little bad thing too about not having a sword, because the sword you can hold out and protect you from falling off the edge, but being swordless, it makes it somewhat difficult, because that's where Moldorm gets the name Trolldorm. He likes to troll you and knock you off the edge. The second time around, Xyrak wasn't playing, took those 3 hits immediately. And the reward was just a big heart container.
Well, that's the second item, so they don't have to go to the basement.
Yeah, but where is our mirror?
It could be Spiral Cave.
Yeah. Well, we don't have any protection yet. Oh, wait. I'm thinking Spike Cave. My bad.
So many caves up here on Death Mountain, you sometimes get them mixed up.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, you also have the chest in Eastern Palace, too, so it could be in there. It could be a double dip Eastern.
No one likes double dip Eastern.
Yeah, but it's better than double dip, let's say, Ice Palace or Swamp. One of the really long ones you gotta go through. And no, not much over there on Spiral Cave.
You know where else the mirror could be?
Pyramid. We have access.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. It's starting to look that way too.
But we've got a book, and I think Bonta's thinking desert.
Yeah, because you can fully clear. You have the boots. And it is a pendant, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's a... Yeah, it is a pendant, so... But we might get lucky and find our 3 items early.
What is Xyrak doing? Xyrak miscounted, I think. Or he didn't think that the key would be locked in there.
Yep, you ain't got the key. It's locked down there, so get back out of there.
Now, this is all dungeons, so it's actually okay to clear desert. You have to do it anyway.
Yeah, that is true. You have the ability to do it, so you might as well. And our first chest of desert holds... Wait for it. Wait for it. Ooh, the powder. Yay for fetch quest. And Xyrak got dead rocked.
We're about to see Super Bunny Cave from him, I think.
Some cash is in the big chest in the palace. If I read that right.
Yeah, so that means we don't have to worry about one location, Swamp Palace.
Yep, Swamp big chest. So far, desert is not holding too much for us. Besides the pendant we need.
Well, we'll see what the powder turns into.
Whoa, you see what the ball and chain knight turns into with the moon pearl.
Well, he's in the right world for that sprite.
Oh, and there's our flippers. So now we can get our silvers.
Those flippers are out of logic, though.
No, logic does not require you to have the moon pearl for Super Buddy Cave. So it is in logic. And if I saw that right, that was ether on Turtle Rock. And we have ether crystals on Pod, Turtle Rock, Ice Palace, 5-6 crystals on Thieves Town and Swamp Palace, with a red crystal on Mire, and I believe that was the green crystal on Skull Woods.
Me red pendant on Mire and green pendant on Skull Woods.
Yeah.
And
I
that
got
was
the crystal stuck in my
Bombos.
head.
And that was Bombos for Turtle Rock.
Okay, Bombos. Well, we get our King's Tomb check. And there's our mirror. So now we can get our Moon Pearl. It looks like Xyrak is going straight for the Moon Pearl.
Yeah, other than the Mire area, that gives him full Dark World access.
So Aga 1 is not required at this moment. So we can save Aga for last, which really helps. Because with all dungeons, it's nice to take out Aga 2 and then import from the pyramid, take out Aga 1 and go right back through the portal and get Ganon. And Bonta picks up their pendant, and Xyrak has their Moon Pearl. Sorry, I did a lot of rambling there.
All right. And with that Moon Pearl, this is going to be a hookshot cave check.
Get these silly dead rocks out the way. And our floating island, forgot to mention earlier, is only 20 rupees. These dead rocks are just not playing nice today.
And we found our second quote-unquote sword over on Bonta's side.
Yeah, might as well go ahead and finish up what you can on Death Mountain, and that way you don't have to keep coming back up here. Bonta might be making that play to get the mirror. Yep, they will be getting their mirror here very shortly. There's our ice rod.
Won't be hunting for that.
Oh, now we have the means to take out Trinex.
Yep, we have everything except the key to the front door.
Yep, we'll find that at some point. Now, I wonder if this might be a Ganon's Tower double dip seed as well. So to be in all dungeons, you could have to double dip Ganon's Tower just to get something for a pendant. So Mire could have a pendant that you need to get through. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, the medallion for it or the flute could be up in Ganon's Tower. And Xyrak, he doesn't have an invulnerability item, so this is a sequence break using that blue potion.
Yeah, Spike Cave requires you to have at least the cape or Cane of Burna in logic before you get in there, but it was only a heart piece.
You need one of those, as well as either a bottle or half magic.
And Bonta's deciding to go ahead and take a chance as well. I mean, might as well, because you have the blue potion. So, I mean, it makes sense to go ahead and knock that out. And Hype Cave. What guesses do we think Hype Cave will be today? Oh, no, not Hype Cave yet.
Oh, that was slick on Bonta's side. So he set up a bomb and was lifted that rock up and timed it to where when his invulnerability frames went out, he took the bomb blast, which on blue mail is only half a heart. So he still has that blue potion.
Yes, he does. Very nice, slick play by Bonta. Looks like we're getting a Swamp Palace dip already.
Dip, this looks like a full clear, good sir.
That is right. Could be full clear. Yes, we need... Well, you don't need to worry about the fire to get the small key in Hera, because you can't get there to get to the small key.
And they've already been there, so thanks, game.
These hints are so helpful. If you couldn't tell, that was a little bit of sarcasm. And,
Well,
it's in Swamp, man. I don't know about you, but I think this seed is being just a little too nice for him.
and Bonta has one item out of Skull Woods. Unfortunately, it's just 50 rupees.
Yeah, but the good thing is the Fire Rod and Double Magic, they can clear this.
And both of our runners in different dungeons that they can full clear.
This is where it becomes interesting when they both split up and decide to do different routes.
Now, there was no item in that middle section for Bonta, so the final item is in the back, either in that chest or on Mothula. Xyrak, we know there's money in the big chest, so there's still 4 items left in Swamp.
Well, Bonta went ahead and make the play to steal the key, so they do not need to kill that Gibdo at the end to get a key. And taking the chance, hoping that that last item is on Mothula. No,
Yeah,
Xyrak's hoping that all of his last 4 items are going to be over here.
He found another item in the form of money, so there's 3 more items back here, and there's 4 chests, so he might get lucky. And Bonta's going to open up with the hammer on Mothula, and he's being very cooperative.
It's highly unusual for Mothula. Usually don't like to cooperate. Mothula is down, and I forgot to mention we got the big key in the map, and now some money for Xyrak, so they'll definitely be having to come back.
Yeah, he has 2 items left outside of that big chest and 1 location, so he does have an item on the left side.
It's never fun having that item over there because you have to come back all the way through the dungeon. Now it's time for the screen switch fight. Pull 1, hammer. Pull 1, switch hammer. Or
He's
pull
going
2.
full 2.
2 versus 2. Oh, we're getting a pet check. Let's see what a pet has today. Just couch cash. Move along. So only 20 rupees on pet. But Mothula is down. So where Bonta might be heading to the village of Outcast now. Makes sense because it has a decent amount of items they can look for.
Now, one little note about this menu fight here is because of how isolated the hookshot is on the menu, it actually makes it a little bit awkward to do.
Oh, with that, the little clouds are gone. Now take on Argus himself.
And Bonta found the last item in Skull Woods, just a big 20 in the big chest.
Oh, we got a compass from Argus. So actually now there's 2 items on the left side.
Yeah, with 2 items, I think you bite the bullet and go grab them. And we have a bumper ledge check, just a piece of heart there.
Yeah, it's usually what you do. If there's 2 items, you go back for it. Halftime, if there's 1 item, it's about a 50-50 chance whether the runner's going to go back for it or not. It looks like we're going to be getting our graveyard ledge check. Getting a little tongue-tied over here.
What do we have above the post today?
Ooh, bombos. Very nice find.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Now Bonta needs the ice rod.
Still opens up Turtle Rock. You can still get through quite a bit. If I'm not mistaken, Bonta can actually go get all the way through the laser bridge.
Yeah, Bonta can get all the way to Laser Bridge, but until he gets an ice rod, he can't kill Trinex.
Now, help me out here. I'm a little dumb tonight. The ice rod was Moldorm Cave?
Hookshot Cave.
Hookshot Cave.
There's where a third sword would have been for Xyrak. The money in the big chest was the green 20.
Man, you know, it's really hard seeing that swordless. You get those 20 so early, you could have already had tempered by now within 37 minutes.
Gotta use that hammer and make do.
Alright, let's check out our 2 items on the left side. Hookshot makes it easier so you don't have to come back around. And we have bombs. And our second chest is going to be... Well, that was not exciting at all.
No, but it is another dungeon down. So Xyrak has 2 dungeons down, Bonta has 3, but their loadouts are very different.
Alright, get your guesses in on Hype Cave. I'm guessing it's going to be a 5 out of 10 this time. But say right in the middle.
Last one I commentated was actually a hype out of 10.
Oh, small heart piece, small heart piece. Some bombs, another heart piece. And the flute. Well, the flute to me makes that a 5 out of 10. The flute was the only thing good in there, but it wasn't the greatest.
Yeah, the flute's a 5 on its own.
Yeah, the flute is really helpful to get down to the mire area. I mean, you kind of somewhat need it, so. If it's a required item, I say it's at least a 5. 2 required items, it depends on the items. Looks like Xyrak's going to take care of. Go unlock pod, probably pour it right to Eastern and take care of Eastern first.
Hey, unless, like, depending on Mire's medallion, if Mire requires bombos, we could be in no mode.
Yeah, and it's early for no mode. And if I'm correct, not too much was found in Thieves Town yet. And yes, well, we know Bonta can hover. Bonta has been hovering. We have not seen Xyrak do any hovering.
Well, with the early hook shot, like hovering isn't going to be too much of a time save.
Well, hovering, if you're that good at it, it will definitely save time with Motorm too, and the tower climb.
And apparently Flint and Steel are a good match.
Who would have thunk it? Oh, look, there's our final sword. Butter sword at 40 minutes and 57 seconds.
Too bad it's swordless.
Bonta takes out Blind easily with that hammer. And the second chest in the Eastern is just a boss key, but needed either way, but still looking for progression. But you won't really find it here. Of course, like you said, unless Meyer is something out of the bombos.
So what's kind of nice for Xyrak is since I don't believe he had Zora money from the start. So he might go to the Zora area later, so he gets to single dip it.
Bonta's heading over to the dig game.
So Eastern just had a Cache and Paradox cave hint. So that, even if they hadn't been there, that doesn't really tell you anything.
No, not really. Oh, there's our final item in Eastern. If I counted correctly.
Too bad it wasn't in the big chest. And for Bonta, I've heard of trick candles. I've never heard of trick pegs.
No, not yet. Now you have. With only a bloopy in the pet cave, we're gonna turn Jeremiah in and go see what the blacksmiths have. They have just 20 rupees.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got a counterfeiting operation.
Call the police. Let's see what the bad's gonna curse us with this time. And this time Xyrak is taking on Armos Knights, which will be a quick fight. More rupees.
And we got a quick kill from Xyrak. And as said, we already had all the items, but that is another crystal.
Nope, time to go turn our lunchbox. And Bonta using a little glitch to be able to dash with the lunchbox. With the key, looks like pod is not technically bow locked, even though Xyrak already has the bow.
Yeah, but depending on where Bonta checks, he might go in to a bowless pod. Not many people like doing Swamp Palace outside of Go mode.
Yeah, that is true. Snumpy just holding on to some money. Here you go, kid. Take my life saving, save the world. I'm going to go sleep, turn into a tree.
Now, Xyrak is going to have to be careful in this dungeon. He entered with only 4 arrows.
Luckily, there's some extra arrows in the room that he needs. Lunchbox was a bust, but it was good to get it out of the way so you don't have to worry about it later.
It also leads over to the Bombos tablet. Oh, hey, the Moogle's nose changed.
At least something did. Changed to red mail.
And speaking of red, we got a red shield from Xyrak.
Are we going to get a hammering up out of Xyrak today? It looks like
he's
we
got
might.
the big key.
This is a 2-pixel perfect jump. You have to have the bomb on the right spot, and you have to stand on the right spot. Bonta or Xyrak gets it first try.
Yeah. Luckily, once you've practiced it, there's a really nice lineup for both the bomb and you.
Not much in the dark room. What else? The dark maze. What else we got? Just the map. So, not much going on back here. We'll just head on out and go check the other side.
Nice peace of mind, at least.
Yeah, it may seem like a waste of time, but it definitely helps you know you don't have to worry about it later. Bonta is going to go ahead and take care of their flute now. Will we see a Mire dip? Or actually, Mire clear?
If Bonta can get in, it is clearable. It's same for... Well, Xyrak doesn't have a medallion, so there's no chance of him getting in yet. It was Bombos!
No, that definitely is going to be nice. So actually, we are in no mode at 48 minutes, and I believe it was 45 seconds, something like that.
We were in at sub 40. We just didn't know it until now. So this scene, it had the potential. It still has the potential to be one of the most all dungeon seed I've seen in a while.
Nothing of importance over in Checkerboard Cave.
So Bonta has a dungeon lead, but still needs the bow, the silvers, which Bonta knows where they are, and the flippers and the ice rod. Xyrak still needs the silvers and the Bombos medallion.
Yeah, Bombo's just to be in go mode. Silvers would be nice and helpful. But the thing is, though,
this is swordless.
Oh yeah, it is. So you need the silvers.
It's possible to kill Ganon without the silvers.
Yeah,
it's just pixel perfect with the hammer.
So I believe Xyrak might still go on the hunt for silvers if they find Bombos first. And with that, Xyrak has taken down Elmasaur and now has 4 crystals, which ties it up with Bonta.
And we got the single arrow off of Elmasaur King.
The most important arrow of the game. That will be the arrow we use to kill Ganon. We'll save that arrow to last.
You say that and then watch Xyrak run out of arrows.
He'll have that one saved hidden somewhere. With a little note, do not use. Is Xyrak gonna head over to... Nope. Not heading over to Kingston yet. Hey, Xyrak, I think Xyrak's like check Kingston. That's right.
And we get a spooky action glitch over there from Bonta, not having to open up the wall. I still don't completely know how to spooky action.
Yeah, I haven't figured out setup. I mean, I follow directions, but apparently I don't get it just right. So, and Bonta is currently using bomb strats on these ugly little eyes. That's 2 bombs. 1 more bomb, and that is all the bombs.
Yeah, because Bonta doesn't have arrows. I mean, not arrows, but a bow.
Well, the red mill is definitely coming in to help right now with this fight.
Actually, the goo does the same amount of damage no matter what mail you're on. It always does 1 heart of damage.
Yeah, Bonta is way up there, aren't they? Hammer strats on his eye is a little difficult. Best way to do it is, like as you see Bonta doing, setting up to where you hit it on the left side, because it's easier to hit it with the hammer on the left side than it is right.
Yeah, and also if you can angle it where you're shooting the eye down, just like that.
Yeah, the hitbox on the hammer is a little wonky, but Vitreous is down with a small key to give out. So now Bonta is again up 1 more dungeon, 5 to 4. Bonta may be up a dungeon, but this is still anybody's race. Xyrak is just 1 item away from go mode. Bonta still needs a few more items.
Yeah, and you might as well lump the flippers and the bow together for Bonta, because when you find the flippers, he's probably going to head to Swamp because of density and find that bow real quick.
So we got Fire Rod strats over here for Xyrak.
Well, you got the extra shots.
I believe they used their goo, that's right. Time for hammer strats. It's hammer time, buddy. With that, Mothula is down. Once again, it is now tied.
And Bonta's back in Meyer checking items. They just found one item on the return trip. Still looking for the second.
And while we have a little bit of time here, I just wanted to let everybody know in chat to give these runners a follow. It takes a lot to be able to stream a race like this with hundreds and thousands of people watching at times, and they are putting on a very good show for us. This race is very good. It's so close still.
Yeah, this is showing how routing differences are affecting both of them, because they are both clearing dungeons, and they both have to clear different dungeons because of their loadouts.
It looks like Bonta is going to turn into that mushroom. See what the witches are brewing today. The witches have... Ooh, the cane of Burna. To me, that is my favorite cane. I like that better than Samaria. Wasn't sure Bonta was going to grab, but I have to yell at Bonta for not grabbing that beautiful blue cane.
It's probably less required for him, but it might help on Swordless Ganon.
No, that puts Spike Cave into logic, even though they've already done it.
Also puts Laser Bridge in logic.
Xyrak not finding much of anything else than Skullwoods, and it's gonna head on out. Oh, nope, still looking for one item. That's right.
Didn't like that bomb placement.
Nope, the bomb said, nope, I ain't giving it to you. There's your rupees. Now head on out. Nope, gonna go look for... Oh, apparently I miscounted the items altogether.
Yeah, the other item is in the left side here.
Where is Bonta going? Possibly they dumped Thieves Town, Dunsko Woods, possibly Lumberjack. Oh, they got the shovel, that's right.
Yeah, Bonta had 3 fetch quests.
It was just a bloomerang. That will kind of help out for switches, but still, basically useless.
Unfortunately for Bonta, Xyrak is about to hit go mode because he's over here at the Dark Sanctuary, and if I remember correctly, Bombos was on the graveyard ledge.
Yes, it was. So Xyrak is about to be in go mode. Early go mode. Alright,
sorry, he still needs the silvers.
Yeah, he'll still go for it, but technically, go mode.
But he doesn't know it yet because he hasn't checked. I don't think he's checked Meyer. Or has he? I forget if he's been in Meyer area.
No. They haven't activated their flute. Yeah, they activated the flute. Nope. They have not activated the flute. Yep, they have. Never mind. Just got done checking inverted seed and I forgot. This is not inverted. And now it's time to go for Meyer area. Looks like Bonta is going to once again try to hover. And that did not work so well.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the more difficult hovers. Because you have to hover across and get to the bottom part of that ledge and go up to get that chest. But that's what we have bottle glitches for. And once again, this isn't quite go for Xyrak. He does not know where those silvers are. He has not been over to the Zora area.
You know, I'm not sure. I know the item density is good for pod, but why not go after like swamp and knock that out?
Well, Bonta can't go to swamp because there's no flippers.
Yeah. No, Bonta did find the flippers. No, they didn't. Never mind. That's right.
So with Xyrak only needing the silvers, he's got a couple options. Either he can full clear trying to find the silvers, or he could only check overworld trying to limit his options. Or he could just rush all the dungeons and then have Ganon tell him where they are. He could say either they're in a dungeon or they're in Dark World, or in this case, he'll say they're in Light World.
Yeah, and Xyrak's already done quite a few overworld checks. There's not many left on to do. So they'd probably head straight for it and get their stuff.
Oh, he couldn't fire that last shot on the land mollusk.
Got it that time.
So Bonta just got blocked in pod. Is going to check out Eastern. Unfortunately, going to get blocked there too. Now, when Xyrak gets to Vitreous, he's probably going to have a bit of an easier time. Even though he doesn't have silver arrows, just being able to use the bow is going to be a big deal. Each of the small eyeballs will go down in 3 shots. Will instead go down 1 or 2, depending on how aggressive he is with the bombs.
Yep, that's true.
Now, with the information Bonta has with the silvers, if he goes up to Death Mountain before long, we're still going to have a race on our hands. Because we have the Flippers in Super Bunny Cave, we have the Ice Rod and Hookshot Cave, and we've got the Bow and Swamp, which I could imagine the Flippers would lead them to. And Bonta knows that the silvers are on the Zora Ledge. So that's all Bonta needs to be in true go mode. What's hurting right now is the dip into Palace of Darkness and this trip through Eastern Palace. It's going to lead to a double dip because there's nothing here. Oh, we got Bonta on Death Mountain. As you can see, those eyeballs are falling a bit quicker. May not be able to hit a lot of them at once, but they are going down. If Xyrak's not careful, he's going to go down.
Should get the ferry. That's all. Oh, did they have a ferry in the water? No, they're on.
Now, Vitreous can take 8 arrows, but Xyrak has 7 less than that. Bonta saw that Turtle Rock needs that Bombos and is about to get the Ice Rod. Thank goodness checking all these chests before going in. Xyrak's going to go ahead and buy a blue potion. This looks to be an Ice Palace play.
So I'm saying how that's the psychically to go to Death Mountain. Like both runners doing Ice Palace play.
It was a piece of heart was held with the fishes.
Girls on catfish. Zora had a heart piece, I believe, but or 5 rubies.
Either way, we know that it's not really needed. So the big question is going to be, when Xyrak leaves Ice Palace, is he going to think to check Zora? Now, in case anyone's unfamiliar with this, while silvers aren't 100% required, you can hit Ganon with the hammer during that fourth phase. The problem is it is a frame perfect hit with the hammer, and that is no easy feat. Not even an insane difficulty seed on Swordless expects you to be able to do a silverless hammer Ganon. So, in Turtle Rock, the lava chest is required because the big key is right there. So, even if you're in go mode, it's going to be a laser bridge Turtle Rock. Xyrak used bombos to clear out the ice around Cold Stare to make sure he could use the Fire Rod. Fire Rod highly effective on Cold Stare, taking only 4 shots per. And here's the mirror. We're going to see a swim or a flute. It's a flute. Bonta picking up another bottle over in Mimic Cave. So Bonta's got a bottle of red goo in reserve now. And Xyrak's continuing on with just systematically clearing dungeons. Over here in Thieves Town, I imagine next will be Turtle Rock, followed by Ganon's Tower, Aga Tower, and then he'll get the Silver Hint. And Xyrak currently has a 3-dungeon lead. But the hint from Ganon will say the silvers are in the light world. So the real question is going to be, how long does it take him to piece together that from a light world hint that it's on Zora? And how long for Bonta until they go into Swamp Palace and grab their silvers and can start go-moding all of these dungeons with better equipment. Bonta got tagged by the pokey there. Luckily, the barriers came up and he didn't get pushed backwards through them when they got hit. Bonta going to try the back strats on Trinex. Unfortunately, gets tagged. So there's a chance we're going to see some ice on this Trinex fight. We've got one head down for Bonta. With half magic, yeah, we're going to see just spamming the fire rod to take that ice head down. Or I could be mistaken. Does Bonta have enough he had enough magic for one more shot and does not have any magic potions. He's going to have to mirror out and try again. And here is Xyrak over for his blind fight. Go up for Canis Maria strats. Considering blind can just run into the block to take damage, is this quite a bit safer than hammer strats. And he's down. And it's time for Xyrak to head up to Turtle Rock, and for a moment we might have Xyrak and Bonta in the same dungeon. Just with a much different boss count. And here we go, as Bonta, take 2 for Trinex. Got that fire head down. Spamming some ice rod shots on the ice head. Spamming some fire rod shots on the ice head. Because while one of the heads exploding, you cannot switch weapons. And there go the 2 heads. There goes the shell. Here's Trinex. 3 shots. 2 more. And there we go. Trinex is down for Bonta. And Xyrak's going to be entering Turtle Rock, so they're in the dungeon at the same time. It still counts. Oh, and Bonta's headed south. This could be the bow for Bonta. Though I'm kind of surprised he hasn't went up to Zora area to grab those silvers in preparation. Does he remember that those silvers are up there? And Bonta getting that useless Tower of Hera hint. And there's the bow for Bonta. So, once Bonta runs up to Zora and grabs those silvers, he will officially be in go mode. Though, I'm going to run like he's in go mode anyway, since hopefully he remembers where those silvers are. And Xyrak getting bodied by the getting hit by the lasers, so take a little bit of damage, but still running right on through here. Bonta's headed straight to the back of Swamp. So for the Argus fight here, Bonta is also going with the double hook strat on these puffballs. And since his menu is a bit fuller than Xyrak's, his menuing should be a bit smoother. Xyrak's got his key. He is headed off to Trinex. He's not even going to bother checking that last chest. He will get that fairy for some health, though. Oh, Bonta, one cycle with the fire rod, all 4 shots before Argus decides to head up. And we've got one head down for Xyrak. Trinex is crowding him a bit, though. There's our final hit for Trinex, and Xyrak, once he picks up this crystal, we'll be heading to Gan's Tower. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a game we like to play. As our tracker, Wolflink, has got started for us. Put your guess in chat 1 to 22 on where you think the big key is going to be. If you are a subscriber or have donated 250 bits to any of the Speed Gaming channels, and your guess is the first correct guess, your name will be put on our leaderboard. And guesses are closed, and we have 2 small keys over on the right side, so this is likely going to turn into a right side play. All right, so here we go over on right side, chest 3 through 6. We got 10 arrows. We got a red rupee. We got a second red rupee, and we got the compass. So 6 checks down. And there's number 7, a heart container on Bob's chest. Looks like Bob gets to live today. And we have a blue rupee. We have a small key. We got the mirror shield, and we got the big key. So that was number 11. Congratulations, Prism Lizard. You were our first supporter with the guess of 11. And in the meantime, we have Bonta is headed up into the Zora area. They'll be grabbing their silver arrows and be loaded for bear for Eastern Palace and Palace of Darkness. So far, Xyrak has a 2 boss lead and the big key lead. Bonta has the silver arrows, which Xyrak does not have the knowledge of. So the question is, how quickly can he deduce from his Ganon hint? Because that's likely what it's going to be. How quickly can he deduce where the arrows are from that? Because with that location, Ganon is just going to say the silver arrows are in... Did you find the silver arrows in the light world? And depending on how much Xyrak has left, that's a pretty broad area. And with Bonta having the silvers, Xyrak's taking a bit of time on this Land Mollusk fight, and Bonta will probably just 1 to 2 cycle it. So that's going to be a decent time save for Bonta. I think Xyrak was checking for invulnerability in that case, and yeah, he doesn't have any. Now, I don't agree with this play from Xyrak. He still needs those silvers. So I think he should have at least checked these chests going up the tower. It's still a decent play to skip the basement chest. And if he says they're in Gan's tower and you didn't check the basement, oh well. But up here, this is a long way away to get silvers. Oh, he does have vulnerability. He does have the cape. And the one mode where runners will consistently do the swag strat for Aghanim. He's getting those dashes in, so that way it makes it a lot easier to aim these shots back. Or you can almost get a triple naturally. And there we go. There's an Aghanim down. Now, I'm noticing people talking about possibly running this silverless. And from what I understand, even practicing this, it turns into about a 10-minute fight. And I believe that would give Bonta plenty of time to catch up and overtake with those silver arrows. But first, since this is all dungeons, we still have Aghanim's tower to climb. Now, do remember that once Xyrak finishes Agatower, he will get a full magic and full health refill before heading into Ganon. And I'm sorry, was Bonta just fighting a boss? Because I just see an empty room right now. And the guards just falling down around Xyrak. But Bonta has all dungeons cleared except for Ganon's Tower and Agatower. It's time for Bonta to head up the mountain and go look for that big key. Now, I believe there are arrows in this room. And Xyrak is not going to look for them. This is a very gutsy play from Xyrak. Now, I forgot to mention this earlier when we were in Skull Woods, but because this is swordless, the curtains you have to cut are pre-cut for you because you don't have anything sharp to cut them. So, how many blue balls are we going to see today? There's one. And there's a missed shot. And Aghanim's giving him enough blue balls. And Bonta went right side first. Those two small keys in the two chests there really influencing that decision. And Aghanim is down. We're going to be getting that hint shortly. So, Ganon takes 12 hits in Phase 1 and 2. In Phase 3, he still takes his usual 4 hits. And if Xyrak is committing to Silverless, it's going to take 24 hammer hits in Phase 4 to bring Ganon down. He's got 2 hearts left. He's got 2 more hits in this phase before he gets the hint. And there's arrows in Light World and the save and quit. He's going to look for him. He has about a GT climb to find these silvers before Bonta goes... Oh, wait, he's still got an Aga Tower climb as well. So he's got a little bit of time. Straight to 8. Straight to that portal. He knows exactly where he wants to go. It is the right spot. Now, it does only have 2 arrows. So probably what he's going to need to do is, if you buy a capacity upgrade from the Fountain of Happiness in the Light World Ice Palace spot, it will cap you on your arrows. So he'll go in with 35 arrows. So there's the save and quit. Does he remember to go get more arrows? There's the flute, so he knows he needs arrows. Oh, he's going to the bombable hut over here. It has arrows in it. He's probably not thinking of the capacity upgrade. At least he knows a spot for arrows. And only getting 5, so he's only going in with 7 arrows. Now, since Aghanim is down, the castle portal is open. So right now, this is Xyrak's match to lose. And that's a Ganon hug. And a fairy. Bonta is going to hover the Moldorm 2 gap and fall down. Gotta be careful. Got a blue potion. Alright, he's using that blue potion. He's not going to be that risky. And Bonta's decided to kill Moldorm and be along his merry way. Without a sword, you can't just dash through that hallway, because there are those mini Helmosaurs that'll stop you. Xyrak. Heading on to phase 4. Got the shot, and he's not going to get torch glitch. He's not going to need it. He just needs 3 more shots. 2 more shots. One more shot, just has to light those torches one last time. And Bonta has Aga down. But it's not going to be enough. Xyrak has made bacon. And get your GGs out for Xyrak. And Bonta is headed through Aga Tower. Close race, though. Completely different routes. And separated only by 1 tower. And we have Xyrak with us. GG's, my friend.
Thanks, Dark Shadows.
So, when you got your bombos, and I think you still needed those silver arrows. What was your thought process running through all the dungeons at that point?
So I'm going to be dead honest with you. I completely forgot about the silvers until I think when I was going through Ice Palace. I was like, oh yeah, I kind of need those things. I think from after that point, my brain just kind of turned off. Because I definitely should have checked the last chest in the laser bridge. I definitely should have checked in the cave. I definitely should have checked the upstairs GT chests. But I guess once I was in go mode through the dungeons, I had it in my head that like I'm just going to go back to wherever the hint tells me to. I'm not going to like leverage time by checking stuff I don't need to. Yeah, so I don't really have any other good excuse other than that.
I mean, overall, I mean, I can definitely see that thought process. Especially against someone like Bonta. He's proven to be pretty good as well.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing, huh? Like, we raced last night, and I thought I was having a good seed, and he crushed me. Like, absolutely crushed me. So, yeah, I mean, knowing who your opponent is definitely probably part of the reason why I was thinking the way I was thinking, and didn't want to leave any time on the table.
Yeah, he, not long after you had checked Waterfall Cave, Bonta made his way up to the Zora area, but he had the money for Zora, so he was able to check the ledge, and he knew where those silver arrows were early.
Yeah, being in, faux go mode as early as I was without the silvers is always scary, because if the silvers are somewhere that's on the regular old beaten path, you can be in a lot of trouble. Converse to that is if the silvers are hidden in a corner of the world somewhere, then you have a really big advantage because you just go to that one corner and then get to do a whole bunch of other stuff together. Thankfully, the Zora ledge was enough of a corner that it wasn't an issue for me.
Yeah, and both of your routes through the seed were fairly different. It took Bonta a little while, or no, actually, Bonta had the bombos for a while before you did, but you had the bow a long time before Bonta did.
Yeah, I kind of figured the bow was going to be my biggest advantage because going into swamp, right, and then which I did early, partly because I sequence broke the flippers. So I was like, okay, if I have an advantage, I want to use it. So that's what I did. The bow was great. And then the bow didn't lead to anything. Like Eastern and Pod were both completely dry, so I was like, ugh, that's kind of gross. And then I just, ran into Bombos at the graveyard ledge.
Yeah, I was trying to remember for a while if you had checked the Zor ledge for those silvers, and there I was, oh wait, only one of you did that. So it was really the question of, were you going to check for those silvers or were you going to rely on the hint? And luckily, Zor was the first place you went to.
Yeah, I mean, Light World hint. I mean, I had like a couple of scattered Light World locations, like the couple of the mirror locations. And a couple of scattered spots, but then 4 items in the Zora area. So, I mean, once I saw Light World, I was always going there first.
Good thing it wasn't Mimic Cave, huh?
Well, yeah, that or in GT, yeah, those both would have been awful. I mean, Mimic Cave would have been Death Mountain as a hint, which, if that Death Mountain was the hint, I would have known they were there, because I had the rest of DM completely cleared out. I would have felt bad about skipping it.
That's right, Death Mountain is its own area. I almost forgot that. For some reason, it clicked in my head, oh, that could be Light World. So, overall, what do you think of this one, though?
I mean, if you routed this one completely correctly, this could be an all dungeons seed done in less than, maybe not less than 130, but less than 135 for sure, which is pretty quick. So, yeah.
Yeah, by about the 38-minute mark, between both of you, we had seen all the items required. Now, by about the 48-minute mark was when we knew Meyer was Bombos, and we knew we were in no mode. So, yeah, this definitely could have been, like, sub 140, around the 130 mark. And GG's to Bonta finishing with a 153.03.
Yeah, GG Bonta. I don't think he's going to be joining us because I think it's almost 4 a.m. his time. So I think he's off to bed. So, GG's to him.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to get into the IRC room before that, so... But if you're still listening to us, GG's Bonta.
Let's see if I can dust this off a little bit and not sound like my accent's too terrible. Bonjour, Bonta. Since he's French.
Alright.
And just, Hefe is asking when I realized I only had 2 arrows. So I realized that I blew them without needing to early in Aga Tower, and then again, just completely put it out of my head. I was like, when I get the silvers, I'll get more. Because I thought the odds were pretty good that they would be in a dungeon or something that I skipped, so I would have the opportunity to grab them. And then when it was Light World, I was scrambling, like, oh my god, where on the earth am I gonna get them? But then I remembered that the bombable hut has a set of 5 in there.
Yeah, we thought you were going to head to the Waterfall of Wishing and buy one of the capacity upgrades for a full refill.
That is interesting. I never would have thought of that, I'm going to be honest. You probably could have slapped me upside the head with that, and I wouldn't have thought to do that. So, yeah.
Hey, you know what? Most of the people watching didn't think about arrows in bombable hut, so you still showed a lot of people something there.
Well, hey, glad I was able to show some people something.
So, Thad, you got any final thoughts before we wrap things up here?
No, I don't think so. I'm glad to get this one, and this is legitimately an incredibly deep group. Group hint tile is pretty. I mean, there's a lot of talent in this group from top to bottom, so coming out of it is going to be no easy feat. So there's going to be a lot more good matches coming out of this group to come, so stay tuned.
Yeah, the 96 that were able to make it through the qualifiers into the group stage, a lot of talent in this tournament overall.
Absolutely. Thanks again, Dark Shadows, Shandis, and Wolflink for tracking, and Speed Gaming for the restream. Appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for the amazing race. 2 different routes and a close finish through it all. And with that, yeah, as Xyrak said, thank you, Shandis, for commentating with me. Thank you, Wolflink, for tracking for this. If you guys want some more randomizer action, we have a currently ongoing race over on Speed Gaming 2 that is Fantalis versus Glan. It's a Ganon goal standard opening, randomized swords, hard difficulty, Randomizer. That started about 50 minutes ago. Possibly this was it'll be the second run of a doubleheader. And over on Speed Gaming 1, we still have the SNES Superstars Marathon. They're currently running Donkey Kong Country Enemy Randomizer. So, if y'all are still awake, want some more races, some more randomizer action, be sure to check either of those out. Until next time, this has been Dark Shadows 59. Good night, everybody.